Hey everybody, welcome back to Travel Trailer Nation. Something like this is going to happen soon. I just wanted to start by saying no one sponsors our channel, so I'm not pushing a particular brand. I am just going to list what's worked for us, and these will be in no particular order, so hopefully they give you some ideas for gifts you can purchase for your friends and family that happen to be RVing. First up, our books. We have 4 books regarding travel trailers. There's a 3-book series, and it starts with, is a travel trailer the right choice for me? And it takes you through things you want to consider before you purchase a travel trailer to see if that's really going to be a good fit for you and your family. The next one is a guide to purchasing a travel trailer, and the last is a guide to enjoying your travel trailer. And if you don't want to wear the apology shirt, I highly recommend that you read Chapter 9. The other book that we have is called I Go Where I'm Towed, and that's basically a look back over our experiences of 35 years. Some are pretty entertaining, some are strange and bizarre, and you'll also learn about some great places that you should visit. And then unrelated to any of these books around travel trailers is a book that I wrote on brewing beer called Easy Home Brewing, Brewing Ale Step by Step. Another great way to save money, which you can then spend on your travel trailer. And I'll put a link below to my brew-tube channel on YouTube in case you want to see just how easy it is to brew your own beer. All right, first up, I guess I should say second, consider a Marcell multi-sensor, plus maybe purchase their S-Pucks. This is definitely a must if you have pets so you can monitor the temperature and power when you're away from your rig. Because let's face it, things change quickly at campgrounds. And you can also pair their S-Pucks to your monitor for detecting any water leaks that take place. Keep in mind though, this unit does rely on a cellular plan, and you can purchase a yearly plan that works out to be about $8.25 a month. And to me, this is a big advantage over any of the other sensors that are requiring Wi-Fi, because most campgrounds don't have good Wi-Fi. And of course, if you have Wi-Fi in your trailer already, then there's other units out there that you could certainly buy. But for more information on this unit, check out meetmarcell.com and use TTN20 at checkout on their site, and you'll save $20. Our multi-sensor cost was $135, and the S-Pucks were $30 each, and I've put an S-Puck under just about every place I can think of that might have a water leak. I've got it under the sinks, the shower, the water pump, the water heater. It's already saved me some trouble with a leaking sink, so something good to have. Next, you might want to consider a tire pressure monitoring system. I would highly recommend that. There's quite a few to choose from on the market, and we've certainly had good luck with our tire minder system, and it monitors both the tire pressure and the temperature. Gives us high-low pressure warnings as well as blowout alerts. The one that's on the screen right now is similar to ours. Keep in mind we've got an older unit, but this one's selling at $451, and I've heard very good things about several different manufacturers, including TST. So do some research before you purchase, and make sure that it's something that you want to spend some money on. I would highly recommend a system, no matter who manufactures it, so that you don't do a lot of damage to your trailer when you get a blowout, or if you get a blowout. Next up, the MORryde Easy Reel Spooler. Watch my video on this. I think it's well worth the money. Electric models are available also, and I have the tall manual version. I love the fact that I can clean the cord while I'm reeling it in, especially after a wet night at a campground. The one that I have was $175 at MORryde. Next up, and this is something you should have. If you don't have it, you should get it. A portable EMS surge protector like one of the progressive models. The EMS PT50X is $215. That's for 50 amp RVs. The EMS PT30X is $152 for 30 amp RVs. And they also make models that you can hardwire into your trailer. They do look for under and over voltage, open grounds, open neutral, reverse polarity, miswired pedestal stands. They're thermally protected and they have a lifetime warranty, so think about that. We have a Level-Mate Pro. You might want to consider it if you are looking for an easier way than dragging a bubble level with you on your trip. The setups, at least for mine, which, as again, I'll mention that mine's an older model. They're making newer ones here that have, I think, probably easier setup. But what they'll tell you is whether you're off side to side and by how much, and front to back and how much. And ours has certainly been very helpful when we go set up our trailer. Ours was, I think the one up on the screen right now is like $95, so I think that's a good value. You may also want to consider a small portable air conditioner. The VIAIR 300 PRVS portable compressor is $156, and you can spend more depending on the model. And that's, I do not have one. I've heard really good things about them. You can, hook them right up to your battery and use them. They have long cords and long air hoses, so that's really good. I typically carry a 6-gallon Pancake compressor with me, and I got mine. It was a rigid, and it cost me around $100. And frankly, I prefer the Pancake compressor only because I want the ability to blow out my water lines if I happen to be camping and the weather takes a turn for the colder side where we might get below freezing. So, hey, maybe buy both and then take the Pancake compressor in the fall and winter months. The next up is the MORryde 500 series water hose. We have had these hoses now for a number of years, and they are amazing. $74 on Amazon right now. It's ultra light at 3 pounds for a 25-foot length. It doesn't kink. It's not going to break or crack. It's manufactured in the United States using brass fittings and premium grade polyurethane that is UV stabilized. So it's a great, safe drinking water hose for your RV. Okay, tired of losing your bumper caps? Here's the Camco magnetic RV bumper cap with lug fitted ends, so you can hook it directly to your hose. So when you pull that cap off, your hose comes with it, and instead of you sticking your arm down in that nasty bumper. And it also has small holes to increase the airflow and block insects. This sells on Amazon for about $18. I actually bought 2 of them and used the magnetic ends on both sides. Now, for the do-it-yourself folks, don't forget about wheel bearing packers. They're about $14. And bearing seal removers are about $15, and race and seal driver kit for $29. I have used all of these that I'm showing on the screen, and they all make the job of repacking your bearings much easier. There's nothing fun about that job, and having the right tools is going to be very important. And like I've said before, you'll watch the videos online and it looks like this is a 10-minute job, and it's nothing like a 10-minute job. So best to have the very best possible way of getting the races out and driving, getting the races out, getting the seals out, and being able to grease everything up and put it back together without spending a whole day. So anyway, something to consider for do-it-yourselfers. I would also recommend a cordless impact driver. The one on the screen is the SeeSii. I got that for $129 at Amazon. It had, at least when I bought it, tremendous reviews, and it has been an outstanding tool. I have done a lot of suspension work with it. And of course, it makes removing your lug nuts on your wheels a snap, but don't use it to put them back on. You'll want to use a lug wrench for that. A torque wrench for that. Klein Multi-Tester is $60 at Amazon, and I am not a pro at using the tester. I have this one. But they do come in handy, especially if you're going to troubleshoot an AC unit, a water heater, or a fridge. You're going to need it. And there's a lot of videos online of like Multi-Tester 101. And of course, there's also a lot of videos online that will help you troubleshoot an issue as long as you have a multi-tester. So something to consider. Like I said, $60 at Amazon. Torque wrenches. Okay, so you should probably get at least two torque wrenches, a 3/8" drive and a 1/4" drive. The 3/8" drive should be in foot-pounds for you know, your lug nuts and suspension, and then a 1/4-inch drive torque wrench in inch pounds, and that's handy for jobs where you're going to do things like tighten your air conditioner bolts. That's going to be in inch pounds. So nice to have at least 2 of those. The Tekton set shown here is probably a very good value, and they are good torque wrenches. So I would recommend them. I have my 1/4-inch is a Tekton, and it's been very good. Eternabond roof tape. It's expensive at $54.50 for this roll of 4-inch by 50 feet, but it's necessary in the event that something bad happens to your roof. You don't want to have a tear and not have a way to deal with it. You also need a roller, and because this tape is friction activated, once you start rolling it, that's what really helps it adhere to the surface. And any roller will do. I bought this one that you see on the screen for $9. And don't forget about having an adjustable water pressure regulator. There are a lot to choose from. I've had awfully good luck with the Valterra. It's $55. It's probably one of the more expensive ones on there, but I have bought a few of the cheaper models that didn't last, and I've had good luck with Valterra, so that's the one I'm throwing up there. I know that's probably a lot for a little gauge, but it's a necessity, and believe me, if you burst your pipes, that's going to be a lot more expensive than $55. The Valterra Flush King, $47, and it is great for flushing that black tank out. The clear pipe on it is going to allow you to make sure that you're running clear before you shut that valve. And some folks actually are attaching it permanently to their trailer as an extra precaution since it has a gate valve on it. We've had the Flush King for years and years and years. It's absolutely great. Now, if you have pets or small children, the Screen Door Deluxe Grill, and man, there are a lot of choices out here for screen door grills, but this one on Amazon, I believe, is the Camco model at $51, but they range in price anywhere from $36. I mean, the line they have, you can see all of them on there. They go anywhere from $36 to $80. We've been real happy with the Camco model, and have had it on quite a few of our travel trailers. You know, if you've got a beast like I do, my 4-legged beast, I always worry that she might get excited and see something outside and try and get through that screen, and that certainly prevents that, and it would also prevent, you know, a toddler from falling through the screen and down the steps of your trailer. So think about that. That's just something that's nice to have. I would probably, if you have a dog, I'd call it a necessity. If you have a toddler, I'd call it a necessity. Also consider a portable waste tote, also known, we call it the poop wagon, an essential piece of equipment if you're camping without full hookups and want to be able to go to the campground dump station without taking the whole rig with you. And we recently had some folks across from us with a brand new travel trailer, and the wife was adamantly opposed to not doing that. So they hooked up their whole trailer, dumped, and came back. And after they went through all of that, the wife said, "You need to go buy one of those." So we have the Valterra 32-gallon, which we've had for years, and it appears they really don't make that model anymore, although some are still available at different stores online. However, keep in mind, just like the screens, there's a lot of different options out there. So carefully read the reviews, because some don't have good track records, and some of the stories on there are pretty nasty. The Rec Pro 36-gallon seems to get really good reviews, and it has a 4-wheel setup, which in hindsight, I certainly wish that I would have had, because lifting 32 gallons and hauling it to my hitch when it's full is not easy, because I'm old. And just as a side note, this is not as disgusting of a task as you might think. It's no worse than going to the dump station with your rig, other than you've got 2 steps now instead of 1 step. Big deal. So anyway, I would definitely recommend getting one of those if you're going to be anywhere for a number of days without full hookup. Glow Step Revolution by Torque Lift International. These are really expensive, but they're great entry steps and much easier to climb for anyone that's got issues with their hips or knees. And they're adjustable. They sit flat on the ground, so they're extremely stable, and you can expect to pay $500 and up depending on how many steps you require. And then lastly, the Safe Jack extension, which I know a lot of you have watched my video on this. It's a much safer way to jack up your trailer since you're not going to be relying on blocks. And I know the kits are really expensive on their site, but you can buy individual parts based on the type of bottle jack you have, which will make it more economic. So for my 6-ton bottle jack, the extension was $83, the screw-on collar was $18, and I bought a flat pad to give me more surface space on top of it, and that was $43, so my total was $144. So I hope these ideas are helpful. A lot of these things you could consider to be necessities, and some are nice to have, but at least maybe it gets the gears turning and gets you pointed in a direction to find something for someone in your family that has an RV and needs one of them. So I hope that's helpful. Until next time, happy camping.